The NFL made a huge mistake getting this guy fired up, and watch what Mahomes does next. Then you get to the defense that is not getting enough respect, and they're going to go out and prove it. And what is the mystery going on at Chiefs training camp with Jon Gruden? Let's break it down. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ryan. This is RGR Football. Let's get after it. Make sure you like and sub, though, before we get going. This is one of those deals. It happens all too often, but it doesn't matter how many MVPs he wins. It doesn't matter how many Super Bowls he wins. Patrick Mahomes is going to get disrespected because people don't want to see him. It is the full-on Brady treatment at this point. And I am convinced that that's the best thing for the Kansas City Chiefs. They want this. Patrick Mahomes wants this. And that motivation is going to be something the league regrets. This top 100 is supposed to be something that the players themselves vote on, the coaches, etc. It just doesn't make any sense to A, have a running back ranked above him, to B, have him be the fourth in this league when everybody else is dependent on a quarterback to get them the ball. Tyreek Hill cannot be the best player in this league because he can't do everything by himself. He can't get himself the ball. And unfortunately, I think Tyreek's going to figure it out too. He's going to run up against a limitation in his quarterback that is going to prevent him from being thought of that as the top player for quite a long time. It's ridiculous in our opinion because we watch Pat in and out and back and forth and behind the scenes in that training camp. Maybe the rest of the league doesn't see that. Maybe they're just pissed off at losing to him constantly. I can guarantee you that Joe Burrow did not vote for Patrick Mahomes. That's all right. But in the end, every slight, everything that he gets against him, every time that they count him out, it just adds to the power behind his motivation. And his motivation is enough to make sure that they're going to get to the end game again. They are going to go back to a Super Bowl because he will it into existence if you piss him off enough. I am convinced of that. I used to try to play it, hey, you never know, maybe he can use this. No, he uses it. He uses this as fuel to burn. And in the end, that's all he needs. He doesn't need a whole lot more. He proved last year he doesn't even need weapons downfield that can really help him because he hit Travis short and under, maybe intermediate on most games. He hit Rashee Rice short and under, and maybe intermediate. This was not a deep game. You basically took one of his feet out from under him, and he still hopped to a championship Super Bowl ring on one foot. You can't do it. This is just too much. And I think it's music to my ears because I want to see history, and I know you want to see history. That's what it comes down to. A three-peat has never been accomplished. It's never been thought of to this point. And in the modern era, they're the first to even have a shot, and I think they're the only ones that have a shot. I would not have even guessed the Patriots were in that kind of situation because it was just too far flung at the time. Now I believe that this can happen, and this is the kind of fuel that they need. I'm super pumped about this. I'm super pumped also that we are available on a platform that's going to help you out. Autograph is where real fans get real rewards. And by bringing that content, all the best content, us, the Chiefs Mothership, a lot of the YouTube channels that you like, some of the best blogs, the Substacks that we all need for information, it puts it on one platform that you can get points for. Get all your sports in one place. You can get ranked up and level up, and you can even get some cool rewards. So just download the Autograph app at our link down in the description and get after it. It's completely free, and it's all for you where real fans get real rewards. The reward for the Chiefs defense is completely different. And I love the edge that they've brought this season as well, and it's starting to ramp up. We're getting close to the first preseason game, and there's a tone that needs to be set. Usually it doesn't happen until maybe the second preseason game, but it's earlier this year. And there's one guy that's been involved maybe more than most, and I like it. Nick Bolton right now is hurt and out. You're one of your quiet leaders, but definitely your leader at the second level, right? Justin Reid is out as well, your leader at the back end. Although I will say that Trent McDuffie's going to make some headway in that in being the guy that's looked to at the back of the defense to be the leader. Chris Jones is the focal point of this defense and is the leader overall. So what do you do when you have a couple of guys out and you need to bring some edge? Well, somebody needs to step up. Drew Tranquill is that guy. He is stepping up, and I love it. You've seen his enthusiasm between the parade. Last season, He was super happy to be here, but he did a great job in being a piece of a defense he had just joined. Now he's taking it more by the throat, and I love to see it because he's bringing an edge that they haven't had at that level in quite a bit. Nick's a great player, and he's a good leader. He's not necessarily that kind of like out there on the edge kind of thing. They need somebody that pushes that envelope a little bit. Chris Jones is more of a jovial guy than he is an edge guy. They need somebody with a little bit of fire, a little bit of nastiness to him. And I like that Drew Tranquill's bringing that. He got his butt kicked by Isaiah Pacheco this week. So kudos to Pops for stepping up and fighting back. But you got to have the fight. You got to have that dog in you. And I'm glad that Drew Tranquill is bringing that back. Reminds me a little bit of old Frank Clark. When Frank was somebody that everybody else kind of got behind in terms of bringing that attitude and bringing that edge and giving everybody what they needed to have. That's the key. And that's going to pay off for them as well, because this is a team that I don't think can win a third championship unless both sides of the ball are able to perform at a top 10 level. The offense needs to come back. The defense needs to stay up in that top 10, and they got a shot at it. And this is part of that process. So kudos to them. Let's see if they can continue it. The first preseason game will be an eye-opener. There's a lot of young guys on this defense. So who can follow that lead at the next level when they're playing somebody else? That's what I'm ready to see. And the other thing that I'm ready to get is just a little bit more comfortable with what's going on. There's been some animosity over the years with the way that Jon Gruden behaved while he was the head coach of the Raiders in and around Kansas City, doing laps and whatever that is. Befriending Derek Carr. He's your quarterback. You had to do it. But now to show up and be present in training camp as we work up to the rest of this week and into the first preseason game, I want to know a little bit more. Andy Reid was asked a direct question, and I've been asked this question a number of times, and I do want to reiterate. This is the kind of thing. It could be a range of things going on here. It could be, hey, you want back in the league. You did some stupid stuff. You need some way to get started. We'll bring you in as a consultant. You're not going to be the face of the franchise. You're not going to get pressers, but you might be able to help us sort out a couple of ideas. That could be like one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum is, listen, I've known this guy 30 years, as Andy Reid said. They did coach Brett Favre together back in the 90s under Mike Holmgren in Green Bay. They go back a long, long way, and your buddy made some mistakes. Maybe you're trying to just help him get acclimated, give him a little bit of football since he's been removed from it. Now, there's two sides to that. They did bring him out, and he's in Chiefs gear. I know everybody's flummoxed about that. That could mean something on the other end of the spectrum, or it could just be, hey, we're just going to put him out here and see if anybody notices. And if they don't, then cool, he was there and whatever. Don't make a big deal out of it. But it could also lead towards some kind of role. I don't know. But the key is the guy's got so much football knowledge that Andy Reid respects. Anything that they get from this is a positive because he may see something that reminds him of something he can tell Andy. He may see something that Andy hasn't thought of yet. The back and forth and the creativity of another, whatever he's done in the meantime, impressive offensive mind, like Hall of Fame almost offensive mind, is something that I don't think the Chiefs should really turn away from. And because of that personal relationship, I don't think there's any danger of anything becoming a distraction for this team. So if you get anything out of it, any observations, any suggestions, all the more, because this is a historic 3-year run that you want to complete and you have to put everything into. It is all in. Pedal to the floor, rip out the brakes. It's all in. So whatever gives you any kind of edge, even if it is the eye and the mind of Jon Gruden, I understand why Andy Reid's going to go take that. Let's see where it goes. We'll see if he's back anymore this week, and particularly after the first preseason game. And if not, then it was just hanging out with a friend for a little bit, see if he saw anything for you. If not, we'll go from there. But that's what I have this week. Let me know what you think or what you're concerned about down here in the comments on YouTube or over on Twitter at Ryan Tracy NFL. Make sure you have my newest quarterback piece about the crazy market and just how special Mahomes is in it. Go to NFL33.com right now. It's free and available, unlocked. You can get signed up and become a subscriber for all the content that we keep behind for just the subscribers. But this one is free and available, and I think you'll dig it. So go check it out at NFL33.com. Thanks for joining me today, and I will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.